Hi, I welcome all of you in my channel and in this video. This video contains a data analysis technique based upon dependent sample t-test. My channel covers the data analysis and optimization using different techniques. So let's go towards the problem. The presence of the lead in the blood of employees that work on the sites is very dangerous. So regarding health and safety, the measurement of lead per deciliter of the blood is taken as a measure to check how much lead is present in the blood of the employees. So as a baseline, the blood sample has been taken from the 49 employees at the time 0, and then after 2 years after exposure of the employees at the site, again a blood sample has been taken and the test has been performed for the presence of lead in their blood on a remediation project. So it is necessary to determine that whether the presence of the lead in their blood has been increased or decreased, or it remains the same. So first of all, we will formulate the hypothesis of this problem, then we will solve this problem in the Excel and the Minitab. At last we will conclude, we will interpret the results, and we will write the recommendations to the health and safety department. So null hypothesis is there is no statistically significant difference in mean blood lead levels between pre-exposure at time 0 and post-exposure after 2 years sample of the employees. However, alternate hypothesis is that there is a statistically significant difference in mean blood lead levels between pre-exposure and post-exposure samples of the employees. So the dependent sample t-test is performed in Excel and the Minitab at alpha is equal to 0.05. So in order to perform the test, first click on Data tab, then on the left hand side click the Data Analysis tab. In the Data Analysis tab, you will have to select on t-test paired to sample for means. Click on it and then you will have to input the data. So click on the first cell, click on Shift, Control and down arrow to select the whole data, then press enter, then click on this arrow. Again you will have to select the first cell, press Shift, Control and down arrow. Again the whole data will be selected, then press enter. You will have to always select these labels, because in our data the first cell contains the labels, and then put the alpha value equal to 0.05. The hypothesized difference, put it 0, because it is hypothesized that there is no difference between the blood levels for the lead for pre-exposure and post-exposure in the employees. And then you will have to select the output range, that in which cell you need your result. So just click this cell, it is E8, click enter and then just only press OK. You will get the results here so that you can read the results easily. So the results are saying that the p-value for the two-tailed test, it is 0.059. So this value is greater than 0.05. So we can interpret that there is no difference between the lead levels for the pre and post exposure blood levels of the employees. Let's perform this test in the Minitab also. To save the time, I have input the data in the Minitab. Let's go to Stat, then go to Basic Statistics, Paired T, click on it. So a new window will be open. Here you can see that I have the data for both levels in the individual column C1 and C2. So we have to select the problem that each data is in own column. So each sample is in a column. Select the sample 1 pre-exposure, sample 2 as post-exposure, then click on options. In the option you will say difference is not equal to hypothesized difference, then click on OK. The confidence interval is 95%, you mean that alpha is equal to 0.05. so hypothesized difference, as we kept 0 in the Excel, same it is. Click OK, then go to graph. I strongly suggest you people to click on box plot for differences. It really helps you people to check the visualization of your results. Please do it always, and include in your report. It will strongly impress your work whenever you present it, either in presentation or in a report. Then click OK. So you will get the result. For reading the result in a better way, I suggest you to click on this window. So first of all, the descriptive statistic, you will get the descriptive statistic by default. So it is seen that for the pre and post exposure, there is a very minute difference in the means of both levels. Then we will come downward, that the mean difference is minus 4.29 in between the two pre and post exposure data. The t statistic value is minus 1.93 and the associated value is 0.06. So it has been round off as compared to the result of the Excel. So we can interpret that we fail to reject the null hypothesis. Further, there is no statistical difference found between the lead levels in the blood of the employees for the pre and post exposure. So then graphically we can see that our null hypothesis is found to be as 0, and whereas the x bar mean of the both sample difference is very near to this value 0. So that's why we fail to reject the null hypothesis. Now we come towards the report. It is found we have performed a paired t-test to analyze. Results showed that the blood lead levels for the 50 employees slightly increased after the exposure. So T48 is the degree of freedom, minus 1.929 is the test statistic, and the p-value obtained is 0.05. This is the way that how we can write the report in the APA style. The result indicate that a p-value of 0.059 greater than 0.05. Therefore, the null hypothesis is accepted. You can also write that we fail to reject the null hypothesis, and we conclude that there is no statistically significant difference in the mean blood lead levels between the pre-exposure and the post-exposure sample of the employees. Findings are that it is found that lead levels in the blood are minutely increased after the post-exposure of employees in the job sites. Recommendations. This is the most important. It is recommended that the mining companies must strive to provide sustainable environment to their employees. Further, mining companies should compensate employees for damage to their health. The recommendation for the sustainable working conditions are: proper establishment for the controls of lead fumes and dust. Hand washing and shower should be compulsory after each working shift. Provision of personal protective equipment PPEs and respiratory protective equipment RPEs, and installation of high efficiency air vacuum cleaners for air filtration. So that was all about my video. Hopefully you have liked it. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comments. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and you can contact me directly on my WhatsApp number as well as on my Gmail for your problems. And thanks a lot for watching this video.